Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you an Artificer Armorer build guide in Baldur's Gate 3. This is a modded subclass and I'll be covering this mod that is in the mod manager. Look at all these options for spells and different actions that it has. It uses the infusion and arcane jolt resources, which are refreshed per long rest, although you do have the ability to regain them by doing different actions. So we'll be going over the full build as well as combat and the items that you'd like to use with this at the end of this video. So first things first, getting into the build here. I do have a different version of the Artificer here, but we're using the one from Mod Manager, which lets you pick a couple cantrips here at the start, and I think it's best to go with like Shocking Grasp if you need to get away from taking an enemy that may do an opportunity attack. Thorn Whip's nice too to pull the target towards you. For our spells, we're going to go with Magic Missile and Shield. These are two very useful ones for tanking and being able to guarantee force damage. And then we also get to choose our subclass here with the Armor. We got our Guardian Thunder Gauntlets. Melee attacks deal 1 to 4 thunder damage and have a chance to inflict Compelled to Duel. And for your Infiltrator Lightning Launcher, our ranged weapon attacks deal 1 to 4 lightning. And we have the possibility of inflicting Shocked. We have a resistance to an elemental damage, so that's pretty nice as a bonus action or use the infusion. And we also got our Guardian abilities there. So for our spells, I think it's best to go with the +1 to attack rolls at level 10, add +2. And then +1 to armor class at level 10, add +2. And you can even go with enhanced weapon or returning weapon to add homing to it, but I like these here. As for our ability scores, we're going to want, ideally we'd have about 16 intelligence here. And then we're going to go with our strength, probably somewhere around there. Dexterity is nice to have. If you're not using heavy armor, you can use different dexterity if you want to go higher on that. Having good constitution is important as well, but we're going to want to have our strength somewhere around there. I'm going to maybe go somewhere around 12 strength, and we'll put the last point of wisdom there. So yeah, we'll get into this here now, going through the full build guide and covering all the levels as well. So we got ourselves a level 1 spell slot there. And then we can pick ourselves another spell. I like Thunder Wave because that pushback's really nice. And Healing Word is a bonus action. Heal is great. And we have a lot of class passives. So after short rest, your arcane reserves are replenished, restoring 1 infusion. So it's nice for short rest. You can get your infusion slots back. When you're in infusion, you can cast a spell with infusion at the start of first turn of combat without using the infusion. I like that because per battle you can get a bunch of extra effects in. So it's funny the best ones are up at the top here. But even Quick Toss for a bonus action throw is nice. Arcane Dynamo gives you an Arcane Jolt every 3 turns of combat, and this will give you an Arcane Jolt every critical hit. So those are good ones to take as well. And yeah, this is a pretty powerful class. So I'll go over some more choices that you can go with. We get our level 2 spell slots, and we get the ability to at the start get temporary health points. If damage with temporary health points, we do force damage, basically whatever level we are. So 12, we get 12 health, and if we get attacked, we deal 12 force damage. Receive 3 meters movement speed and your jump don't cost bonus action. Huge. Defensive field at the start of combat, gain 3 temporary hit points if damage, or I guess that's at level 3. For our spells that we're going to take, Scorch and Ray being a huge damage option early game, and then also like invisibility can be pretty useful at times, and even like going back to earlier levels to take like your Long Strider. Warding Bond can be good. I like Melf's Acid Arrow because the acid damage is pretty good. Even Branding Smite is pretty powerful because you can get this really early on in the game. We can also choose a different weapon to add, so great swords. I like long swords because you can use something like the Falar Alluve alongside your shield. And we can go with, for spells, take a thing like Ray of Sickness. We'll take Branding Smite there. Aid can be nice to upcast, so I like to have someone to camp cast that. Heat Metal is also pretty good, so we'll go with that. We also get to pick 2 more of these infusion spells, so adding homing to a weapon is pretty cool. And enhanced weapon giving us extra damage is nice. And then for our ability score, we'll take our intelligence up. I could have started with 18 intelligence. Some of these give it the +3 there. We get some more arcane jolts, more infusion points, and once per combat, if you or an ally fail a saving throw, you can add your intelligence modifier. So that's really nice. We get an extra attack at level 5, and we get the Thunder Gauntlets now doing 2d8 of lightning or thunder damage on ranged or a ranged or non-ranged attack. We also get another cantrip, so we'll take Ray of Frost there. And for our spells we'll take, we do get higher level spells, but at level 5. For some reason it doesn't show it until we get to next level, so we'll just take something like False Life for a bit of extra tankiness, and Flaming Spear, which is not bad for a little bit extra survivability. Now we get our spells at level 6 for level 3 spells. So we get Fireball, Lightning Bolt being 2 of the best choices for straight line, or if enemies are grouped together. We can restore level 3 spell slot, which is nice, and once per turn you can reflect any range attack for 3 turns. Those are 2 great options. And also Radiant Weapon, adding 1 to its weapon roll and a 1d4 radiant damage, so pick one of those there. We're going to take, this one's cool, Elemental, so you become vulnerable to Force, Lightning, or Thunder, and then once you get hit with that, you become immune to it, so very useful, but you do take a bit more damage at the start. At the start of combat, cast Magic Stone at the start of each turn, so basically this does bludgeoning damage as bonus action, kind of nice. But I like these ones. Critical hit will give you a Arcane Jolt, and then this will give it every 3 turns, so that you can continually use your Arcane Jolt abilities without running out of the resource. So we also get an increase to our lightning damage, so when you receive 3 meters movement speed and your jump don't cost bonus action, and then also this does inflicts Compel to Duel, start temporary health points, so a little bit higher benefits there. And then we get to choose a few more spells. I like Conjure Barrage, that's pretty solid, and Haste obviously being pretty good, but even Glyph of Warding and Elemental Weapon. We'd also take another proficiency in a weapon, so Mauls and Morningstar, something like that. Really, whatever weapon you want to use for this, take that. At level 8, we get ourselves another spell slot, so we can take something like Ice Storm there to be able to create icy surfaces, and then Glyph of Warding, but even Wall of Fire is pretty good. And then we'll take our Repulsion Shield there, and another feat to take our Intelligence up to 20, because Intelligence is pretty important for us. So we also get, you understand the magic, increase a +1 to spell, or attack rolls, damage, armor class, and saving throws, and then +1 to all saving throws, and more infusion and points. Our abilities also increase after you hit an enemy. You can try to pull it off. You can do force damage if you attack, and then if you have a chance to shock, apply Radiating Orb and True Strike with your ranged weapons. So that's really great. Take Acid Splash for a cantrip, and then for our next leveled spell, Wall of Fire is not bad. Elemental Weapon. We'll take another class passive weapon there, so whatever you prefer. And then we'll get ourselves another choice of spells here. So Greater Invisibility is actually pretty nice. You could take that. Normally we get higher level spells, or I guess we get Cone of Cold there, and then Banishing Smite being 2 really great choices, so we're going to go with that there. And then we'll take our Radiant Weapon, adding our Charisma or adding our +1 and 1d4 Radiant damage. And then we get 2 more of these, so bonus action throw is nice, because you never know when that may be handy to be able to bonus action throw, like a healing potion or something. Arcane Recalibration, after short rest, you replenish 1, so that's pretty good too, so we'll take that. Short rest will give us some of our resources back, and that can be pretty nice. So at level 11, we get ourselves, once per combat, you can cast a spell up to level 3 without using spell slot, and +2 to attack roll, damage, armor class, and saving throw. Perfected Armor, basically, the melee weapons do 2d8 thunder, and damage can cause 11 force damage. And then after an enemy hits you, you can try to pull it off. If not, next turn, you can melee attack once for free. Your ranged weapon attacks deal 2d8 lightning damage, 1d6 lightning. Again, you have the chance to do Radiating Orb, Shock, True Strike, and you can move around a lot more free. So again, we got a lot of benefits here. We'll take Cloud Kill. And see, we don't get level 6 spells here, unfortunately, but we do get some pretty good spells choices. So we'll take Great Sword just because it's fun to go with a Great Sword, although I'd recommend using a shield for this class because this is very tanky. And then we get ourselves another spell slot here for level 12, or another spell choice. We'll go with maybe Greater Invisibility, and Grease can be even good too if you want a lower level spell that I haven't touched on. Mirror Image, giving us +9 armor class, huge too. Once per combat, we can do Misty Step, that's great. And then take an ability score improvement to take maybe Dexterity or whatever type of weapon attack we want up. I'm using Strength Potion, so that gives us the maximum amount of damage. But what this can look like in practice is if we have ourselves the this on, we have 28 armor class, Evasive Shoes, Cloak of Protection, Ring of Protection. And I do have this armor on, which is kind of a fake armor. It's from a mod, but Armor of Agility, if we have max agility, can be good for 30 armor class. Even the Armor Persistence, which gives us Blade Ward and Resistances, is nice too. But also, if you want the Helldust Armor for 31 armor class, pretty crazy. But we're going to go with this for having physical damage, and then we also are resistant to magical damage types, so again, pretty good. Helm of Baldur, also giving us further defense, and Killer Sweetheart for weapon attacks. So basically, we can also go with, I guess we'll add on our, you can gain resistance to an elemental type, so we can choose a type of element to get resistance. Very useful if you know what you're going up against. And then we can add ourselves a +2 to armor class with enhanced defense, so that takes our armor class up to 32. And if we want to go crazy with it, we can also go with a Mirror Image here. which will give us a 41 armor class, which is just absurd. So yeah, I'm also using the Defender Flail for another +1 armor class. Yeah, this is crazy. So very fun. We also got the Hellrider Longbow giving a +3 to our weapon or +3 to our initiative too, which is nice to have. Spells like Lightning Bolt are pretty useful for just being able to deal extra damage to a target. You can go boom and hit multiple of them at a time. We can replenish our spell slots using an infusion, so using that we'll get our level 3 spell back. For some reason that didn't work. It might have to be in combat for that to work. We also got like our Conjure Barrage. We got our Perfected Armor, which you always want to have active if you can. Use an Arcane Jolt. And then when you go to do like a ranged weapon attack, you can deal a good amount of extra damage. So, boom. I guess doing fire damage. But yeah, it might have to be in combat for some of these to work. I do know that sometimes things are a little finicky unless you're in combat itself. But we even got our Misty Step as an infusion. So if you need a Misty Step, you got that. We got Cone of Cold here being a really nice guaranteed damage option. And if you have the Snowburst Ring, that'll knock everyone prone. So what this looks like in combat, we'll just leave our camp here and we'll go fight a little combat encounter just to show off what's possible with this. So I guess there's no real good combat encounters around here, but we got some guards here that we can attack. So I'll try to turn-based mode this. And then go with our Cone of Cold to hit all 3 of them. Cone of Cold being a really nice weapon action, so you can use that for hitting enemies in a large area. And we got Minsk higher initiative, and I used up my action already. But you can even use your you got a lot of bonus actions, ability to regain spell slots, add radiant damage. We can Misty Step. Once per combat, you can use a level 3 without expending a spell slot, so that's pretty good. We'll use our, no, not Repulsor, for the stakes, Mind Blast. Mind Blast is pretty fun, so we'll go with that there. A Lith ability, and that took everyone out. Never mind, that wasn't too hard. Typically, we won't have an attack that quickly, but once per short rest, we can also make, we can use this to make a Shovel, Disarming Kit, Water Bottle. They disappear after 5 turns. So that's pretty strong, too. And then we also got the ability to drop, Ice Storms down, too. So a lot of good spells here that just increase overall damage. Yes, we'll fight. Gladly. So I got my action back. It was great. So we can go in. You got Fireball and other spells like that, which makes it pretty fun. And we also have the Radiant Weapon here, which gives us even further attacks. So we'll go, or further damage. So this will go in and show you what this looks like. Adding Radiant damage. Boom. Critical hit. That hit them pretty hard. And then it's not working the radiant damage for some reason. Oh, we took them out with that. Pretty easy. And I'll just leave everyone else to themselves, just to show off how powerful the armor is. Oh, they're attacking them. The AI will sometimes not attack you if you have a very high armor class. So they're probably just, they're grouped together. So the AI is going to use that. I'm playing on Tactician, so the AI is a little bit smarter. They're going to hide over there. Good luck. Trip attack, miss. My armor class, yeah, they wanted to get away from me. Critical miss. My armor class is super high, so that just makes that pretty useful. So, and that I just want to show off what this looks like. We also got lightning bolts and things like that, so we can go ahead with even an upcasted lightning bolt. Pretty nice. We also, I guess, level 6 spell slots, so we can use something like that for maximum damage. That took out one of them, and then we have a bonus action throw, which is somewheres hiding on our bar. Oh, there it is. So we can go with a bonus action throw, and then we can throw something like got damage options, Iron Flask, any type of weapon, or Sanguine Explosion. Boom. We'll throw that. It's nice to get that bonus action throw, because you can just do a lot of extra damage with it. I'll just let them do their thing. He's probably going to use a volley again. Knew it. Having enemies grouped together makes it easy for them to pick at. They don't want to attack me with my high armor class. So they're being little weaklings there. I guess I can just shoot that, because why not? Boom. They'll take a Shadowheart. Oops. And then finally we can go back and we got our lots of choice for attacks, but even we can just go with we can go out of Luke's spear there. I like the weapon attacks, but spell casting and even Branding Smite or other options, like we ran out of spells for Banishing Smite, but that could be a good choice too. But we'll go with this free cast Scorch and Ray. Boom, boom, boom. And there it is. That is the armorer, the artificer. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is a pretty fun subclass, and yeah, hit that subscribe button below if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. This mod was made by Echo0000, so it's on mod.io, and the mod manager itself. Very fun subclass and class. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.